I said, what happened? Like, what happened? And I was using the deck of characters, and these are the two cards they showed me, the Devil and the Inferno. Hello, this is Carrie O'Donnell from Tarot Soul Writer. And if you would like a personal reading with me, please go to my website, tarotsoulwriter.com, press book a reading, and I'd be happy to do a reading for you. So yeah, I have been gone. I'm fine. I am fine. I wasn't fine the first day, but I'm fine. One of the reasons I didn't really hop on is because emotions are really, really high. And you want to know what happened. What happened? Why did you get this wrong? Why did so many of us get this wrong? And I didn't have the answer to those questions. I really don't know. I'm starting to get some answers, but for the most part, I didn't really have an acceptable answer for you or for myself. So I've been doing a lot of meditation and a lot of talking with my guides, a lot of soul writing, and I'm trying to figure out what happened, what will happen, and what's to come. I am going to give you the timeline of when I felt like, looking back, that things weren't right. And it started with November 1st. This was a Friday. And the first thing I noticed was something dramatic that happened on YouTube. For me, if you are a YouTuber, you understand this. For people who don't understand YouTube, we have like a YouTube studio and it keeps track of our analytics. We can see how many people have viewed our videos. We can see like average views, and you get used to seeing certain numbers. And it is true, depending on how much content I post or how popular the content I post is, you will see slight ups and downs in how many views I may be getting. But the overall views were in a certain ballpark, really since last February. When I woke up on November 1st, there was a complete drop in viewership to a point where it didn't even make sense. I hadn't posted anything traumatic, that people would be like, forget it, I'm going to unsubscribe. Or in fact, at November 1st, I hadn't actually lost many subscribers. You lose one or two a day, and then they come back on, or you'll get another one. But that was about the same. But the views I was getting on YouTube, like we're talking like 35,000 views lower than normal. Like it was like some huge number. And I was like, this is weird. For some reason, my videos are not getting out there. Like there's something with the algorithm with YouTube where my videos were not going out starting on November 1st. People were not clicking on my videos, or they were not seeing my videos. I wasn't 100% sure what was happening. That night, Friday night, November 1st, I got in a fight with a family member. And the crux of the argument was, I'm not living in reality. Trump's going to win, and people are not coming out for Kamala. I was like, it just does not align with what I've always felt or what I've seen, not just the energy, but we've seen it with our own eyes and our rallies and so forth. But that happened. And then on Saturday, I was like, okay, I'm good with this person. Like, I'm fine. It was kind of like agree to disagree. But that night on Saturday, the 2nd, I couldn't sleep, like real insomnia. Now, if you know anything about me, I can sleep anywhere. I'm very consistent with my sleep. I always have good sleep. I was literally up all night. It's recorded on my Koros watch. I had no REM sleep at all either. You couldn't even say, well, spirit's trying to connect with you. I wasn't feeling that either. I wasn't even in any kind of REM sleep, dream sleep, nothing. I just wasn't sleeping. I woke up really exhausted Sunday, did what I had to do. And that night I did go into some deep sleep. So I recovered a bit. On Monday, the day before the election, I felt okay. I was like, well, I don't know what was going on this weekend. It was just weird. Everyone is emotional because of the election, the YouTube thing, whatever, like things happen with YouTube. It's probably no big deal. So I think I was in some sort of denial stage that something was happening on Monday. And then I went and voted. And that night I sat down to watch the results come in. And first, you know how the red states came through? I really wasn't worried at that point because it's like, okay, Alabama went to Donald Trump. Duh, right? So that was nothing that I wasn't expecting until Florida came through, because Florida came through so fast, like really fast. When, since Bush Gore, has Florida ever been solid red and come through that fast? I mean, at the very least, it would have been a borderline state, even if it went red, and we'd be counting, and it made no sense to me. Like, I was like, something is really off. This isn't even normal for a regular election, even if they went red. This is not normal. I stayed up till 1 a.m, and I knew it was bad, but I was so tired. Maybe there'll be a miracle the next day. These swing states will come through. I think I woke up at like 3, 4 in the morning, and I wanted so much to look at my phone, but I knew it was bad. Like I knew what it was going to say. And then I think I woke up 7 or 8 o'clock after that. Like I rolled back to sleep, got up, looked at my phone, and saw that he had won. And honestly, I think I had almost an out-of-body experience. It was, I think psychologically, I disassociated from my body or something, because I'm looking at it and it just felt like I was dreaming it. Like, this can't be true. Like, this can't be true. And yet it is. And yet it is true. So that day was tough. That was the day, I can't remember when I posted on YouTube that I wasn't ready. I might have been the next day after that, like on the Wednesday, but Tuesday was rough because I was trying to piece it together and I just didn't get it. I'm going to tell you again, I said this in the YouTube community post, I will not apologize for what I got. Not going to happen. As far as I'm concerned, Kamala Harris won this election. None of this makes sense to me. None of this is where the energy was. And I've been a lot wrong on some little things, like, oh, I misinterpreted that, or, oh, that's what they meant. Nope, this was very clear. It was very clear. And I'm not the only one to say that or to see that. I am not going to apologize because I think she won. Now, on my election video, they did say we would be up all night, which is true. We were all up all night, like going nuts. I had a sense in the election video, because again, maybe time isn't my forte. The guy thought it would be like they worked through November or whatever, but by December, before they certified the election would be called for Kamala. So in my mind was saying, okay, so maybe this is what they were talking about. Only I just didn't pick up that he would actually be given the election. There could be something that comes down the pike. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, I don't think I got it wrong. So we'll see what happens. And obviously, the way it stands now, I got it wrong. I don't feel like at the time I was doing the reading that I got the energy wrong. So I'm going to stand by that. I'm going to stand by what I got. Because if I don't do that, then I have to question everything. I have to question every reading I've ever done. I have to question whether I'm actually getting spirit messages. I have to question whether I'm psychic at all. I have to question whether there's even a God or higher power. Let's call it a higher power. I have to question all of that. And I'm not ready to look at that yet. So right now, I don't apologize. That day, I spent a lot of time writing, just private writing. It was luckily for me, I took the day after the election off. It's funny how it happened that way. So I did a lot of writing in the morning. And I said, what happened? Like, what happened? And I was using the deck of characters. And these are the two cards they showed me, the Devil and the Inferno. Was it the devil has just come up from the fiery gates of hell? Or is this mean the devil burned the ballots? I don't know. The Inferno can be a cleansing, and we definitely have the demon here. Shenanigans. So something was amiss. When I kept asking about the future, it was really hard. I feel like I was being blocked, to be honest, of getting a straight answer. I would get cards like the camouflage card. There's something happening behind the scenes, something that we can't see yet. Smoke, like it's fuzzy. You can't see it yet. Or are they saying that there's something hiding that we can't see that's going to come to fruition? I kept getting the forest card, which is usually about the big picture. Kind of think of I can't see the forest through the trees. So maybe there's something about the big picture here that's hiding behind the scenes that we don't see yet. When I kept asking about Donald Trump, I'll be honest, as of right now, I keep getting him inaugurated. But I hope I'm wrong. I did a soul writing session, and the soul writing session seems very positive that maybe there is something under the surface that will uncover him a bit, because I also keep pulling the naked man for him being exposed. So I'm going to read you this, and then I'm going to tell you why I keep getting him still there. So this was the soul writing session from the day after we got the results, or the day after he was shown as president. I wrote, will Donald Trump be inaugurated as the 47th president? The wall has been breached. I see barriers and defenses being put up at the White House, like barricades. We are trying to work out a difficult situation, embarrassment, complications. Then I got, someone is behaving passive aggressively. He compromises in negotiations, weak-willed. Is this Biden? Who's negotiating? I'm not 100% sure, but there seemed to be some negotiation coming up. We all have nervous anxiety. Ground yourself. What do we do? Victims. And then I heard a stern judge, an unflinching soldier. I am the arbiter of truth and justice. I'll make the decision based on facts. This is the letter of the law, strict guidelines, upholding standards. You need to catch any flaw, any mistake, any weakness, setting limits. Discipline is essential. There is a consequence for every action. I feel like a lot of that has to do with the courts, right? That there could be a judge involved. So maybe this is going to go to the court. Like right now, we see no evidence of that whatsoever. But I was getting that there would be some judges involved. The letter of the law, unless this is about something they're planning and they're trying to get guidelines for what they can do. As far as the letter of the law, you need to catch any flaw, any mistake, any weakness. You need to set the limits. Like, what are the limits of what I could do? I mean, maybe they have judges and people in the law try to figure out what kind of powers Biden actually has in this case. I mean, it could be that, or it could be that some of this ballot stuff is going to go to court. Either way, I'm getting a judge involved, the law involved. Then I got a crisis, immobility. Your hands are tied. I'm like Houdini. I love a challenge to escape. You are surrounded. Imprisonment. Is it that they're going to surround Trump? His hands are tied. Are they going to put him under arrest? But he seems sassy about it. Like, yeah, right. You're not going to get me. Or I'll escape from this. that type of thing. So again, what do I know? But I did get that it seemed like this was about Trump and they were going to go after Trump. Lawsuits, judgment, denial of shameful actions, plans and arrangements are overturned. Dishonesty and deception are revealed. Returning to the scene of the crime, stolen goods will be returned. What went wrong? He will steal, betray, and manipulate to get what he wants. Stealth, trickery, thievery. This seems like they're all saying, we didn't do this, or denial, like this isn't something I did, but there's some sort of dishonesty or deception that's revealed. We know something's not right. There's thievery here, trickery, and it seems like something is revealed. Then I heard news, announcement. It is the right time to take action. A star has lost. Time for justice. Opening a new chapter. Accepting the lessons at hand and grow wiser for it. Getting things done. Love, peace, joy, and freedom. High vibration. Hand on your heart, plain clothed Americans. All is well and stable. It is now time for self-reflection. Now, all of this seems very positive. Could it be that they're saying that there's a plan? Could it be that they're saying that we just don't see the big picture yet? Will it be revealed that he lost, the star has lost, that justice is going to intervene? Is it that we've stabilized America? Or is Biden selling us out so that he can try to keep the nation stable and that we don't break out in any kind of violence? I'm not sure, but I did get that. And then I wrote stability, safety, secure foundations reduce stress. We must maintain our daily routine. America has strong roots in freedom, liberty, noble hearts, actions of valor. Getting answers to your biggest questions, new adventures will lie ahead. So again, this idea of safety and stability, I use my rods and I use my pendulum, and they don't seem to coincide with my soul writing. The soul writing kind of makes me feel like there's a plan. They are going to reveal deception at the polls. The law is going to get involved. That Trump is going to be arrested or immobile, they said. He's going to be locked down in some way. And that freedom will and stability will reign in America once the truth comes out. However, my pendulum and my rods say he's going to be inaugurated. That's one of the reasons I didn't come on, because I don't know if it's just that this has to go through, like they have to go through with it and it has to happen. There could be more than one path. Maybe people haven't made decisions yet. I'm not sure. Or maybe this is all just illusion and delusion. And like people have implied, maybe I need to deal with reality. So I'm going to leave it to you. I'm not going to try to interpret. I am just going to put it out there that that's what I got. And you can interpret it any way you want. I feel like we're leaning toward there's something going down. Now, I did get that over the next 4 years, there would be a lot of tears for America. If there is a Trump America, this makes complete sense. But even if truth and justice comes out, we have 50% of the population who might be really sad and upset about that. I'm not sure. Again, I get these answers that don't all seem to all mesh together. That afternoon, I met with Cindy because we normally have the week before a meeting before we do spilling the tea. I really wasn't feeling spilling the tea. Spilling the tea is a fun afternoon, like afternoon tea. We're poking fun. We're throwing cards. It's supposed to be lighthearted. And I'm just not feeling that anymore. But Cindy and I sat, we talked, and we did some tuning in. I'll let Cindy discuss the things Cindy got when she wants to do that, or if she wants to do that. But one of the things that I got were a couple of visions. One, we picked up the Cheneys, and I saw Liz, and then I saw Dick Cheney behind her as like a bigger force, maybe even like overpowering her, controlling her, almost like, I don't want to call her a puppet, but he was manipulating what came out of her mouth based on his energy. I saw his face, and then he was like a shadow person, and he was just very, very large around her. They were looking at a maze, and it was like a mouse's maze, and it was dark. And in each little corner of the maze, you could see cobwebs. And he said something to the effect of, I know the dark places. I know the dark places. And then that was the feeling. We were discussing it. It's like, yeah, he feels comfortable in the dark spaces of government. He may have operated there. As Cindy laughed, they've eaten there, they sleep there. But it was almost like he was on a hunt going through the maze because he knew where to look. So I feel like the Cheneys are part of this. Then I got the Clintons. And I got Hillary first, but Bill behind her. And they were handing over paperwork to the government. So I kind of got them handing something over. It was as if they had information. I don't know if they've accumulated some private information, something like that they did on their own time with their people, but there was some sense they were handing over information. And then I was like, well, that's interesting. You had the Cheneys, you had the Clintons. So I asked, what about George Bush? Because he's still around. And I saw a home. It was like a little ranch house. And he opens the door, and he came out with a t-shirt, jeans, and like a scrubby beard. Like when you're unshaven, when you wake up in the morning, or you're just like chilling on a Sunday and you're not ready for company. And he looked at me and he was like, and he shut the door, like just slammed the door in my face. Like, I'm not interested. So I don't think he's part of this for whatever reason. And then I had this vision. It was very weird. You ever see like those rooms like NASA, where you have the big screens all around, and then you have like the seats down below? Well, I saw the screens and the seats down below where people might have been on computers and such. And then they were kind of like in it would be equivalent to like a skybox in a stadium. So they were like in a box, like above, or a balcony above. And I saw Biden. I saw Harris. I saw the Clintons. I saw the Cheneys. And they were all sitting there with Biden in the front. They went out like that, surrounding him. And they're all looking at this big screen. Now, at first, I'm like, is this a situation room? But it didn't look like the situation room. It seemed bigger than the situation room. Like it was almost like they're looking at the world, like things going down in the world. I don't know what that is. It was just an interesting vision to get. So I don't know if there's something planned here, but I do feel like there's some working behind the scenes. And to be frank, it doesn't make sense to me that there wouldn't be. Like when Kamala conceded so quickly, what, without a recount? And Biden, hey, everybody, we must accept the election results. Democracy is still strong. Is that what they were saying about stability and safety? Are they just saying those things to maintain that? Am I misinterpreting this? And they're just like, you know what, we're just going to concede and don't hurt us or our families, and let's just move on. Here's the key to the kingdom. That makes no sense to me, because they know what's at stake. This isn't a regular election. This is what people in my circle don't understand. It's not like we'll keep fighting and we'll come back next time. No, there is no next time. Once he has power, he takes complete power. Democracy in America is dead. One can actually say right now, democracy in America is dead because our vote didn't count, because they manipulated the vote like they do in Russia. Russia is in charge now if he gets control. I'm wondering if that whole limit thing that I got in the soul writing was about Biden trying to figure out exactly what he can do within the letter of the law. And there may be an attempt to save democracy, because a man who knows the stakes, like they know things about Trump and MAGA Republicans, they know more about the corruption. They know more about the treason. They know more than we'll ever know, probably, ever. They know it all. They know what's at stake. They know who he is at such a deep level. They know it's over once they hand over the key of power. Why would they do that without a fight? That makes no sense. Biden had a son in the military. Biden believes in this country, or so we thought. So it makes no sense. And don't even get me started on Kamala, because Kamala's a fighter, even more so than Biden. Why would she accept those conditions? None of it makes sense to me. Why would they just give him the keys and say, okay, Russia, America's all yours. Just try to, don't be too hard on us. Because they know that he wouldn't be. And once you give power over, we're done for. It makes no sense. None of it. So I hope that segment of weak-willed, I hope that isn't Biden thinking he can bargain with them. Maybe, it won't be so bad on the American people. Because frankly, I've been hearing a lot of that on YouTube. Not just from readers, but just other people on YouTube. I feel like we're in the bargaining stage. 2024 wasn't his real plan. It's 47 or whatever it is. Oh, see, he's only going to tax Social Security. He's not going to take it away. Maybe it won't be so bad. Well, I mean, the illegal aliens, they'll be sent to camps, families ripped apart and such, but we're not illegal, so we'll be okay. And shouldn't they be deported anyway? They are illegal. It won't be so bad for us. Trump's a businessman. Business. He's going to make money for all of us. There's a lot of people out there who are starting that. It won't be so bad. We'll still be a country. Just find joy in your life. Just anchor yourself and know in 4 more years, maybe you'll win the vote this time. It doesn't work that way. I'm not here to blow smoke up your ass. Okay, I'm not here to make you feel good. There are plenty of psychic readers out there that will do that. That's not going to be my job anymore. All right? Because I don't feel that. Because the reality is, if Trump is inaugurated, I'm not going to say it's over, because it's a different level of fighting. It could be over, but if it's not over, we've moved to another level. We've moved beyond the peaceful aspect of fighting these forces to something that is very unpleasant. We'll put it that way. And the country may not survive that psychologically. Right? It's rough, but here we are. Okay, here we are. Apparently we've chosen this. So before I go, let's just take a look. I'll just ask that question again, what I did in the soul writing. Will Donald Trump be inaugurated as the 47th president of the United States? Will Donald Trump be inaugurated? They say there's the reverse of sorrow. Okay, so this was the 3 of Swords, the agony, and it's reversed. We're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. They say strength, be strong. Justice is reversed. This could be something that's unfair, but it also could be justice against someone. When I get it reversed, I'm a little concerned, because usually this is an abuse of justice. It could be something that you feel isn't fair. This could be strength without justice, right? Like we're strong, but we're holding on to some sort of hope, unless that's, I mean, we're dealing with, one half of the country isn't going to be happy, but something is happening here. And I don't get Trump at the end. I'm getting Queen of Swords. Is that Kamala? I get women very emotional. And I get facts. So the truth, because this would be illusion and delusion, and this would be seeing reality as it really is. Is it, we have Kamala. The only thing that concerns me is this justice card that's reversed. If it was upright, I'd be feeling a lot more optimistic. Again, I keep getting these very ambivalent answers. And I asked for some clarification with the DOC, and I just get, we're going through some sort of transition, explore. So this is about moving toward new beginnings, going where you've never gone before. True north, usually that has to do with you're following your truth, your true north, you're going in the right direction, and be loud and proud, right? Keep your vibration high. Thanks, Spirit. So basically, they're not giving me a straight answer again. They're just saying, you're going through a transition. We're going where we've never gone before. You're on the right path. Keep your vibration high. Whatever. Okay, whatever. This is why I have kind of a beef with Spirit right now. I'm not really liking this, but this is the only card that concerns me, especially the idea of strength without justice. I'm not really sure what this is about, but I do get a woman at the end. Okay, I don't get Trump. And it did look like with the visions that I got with Cindy, with the soul writing session, that seems to imply there's a bigger plan, that they're not going to give the keys over to Trump. And just logically, it doesn't make sense that they would do that, knowing how bad it would be, knowing that it's the end of democracy. I would just work on really focusing your energy on what democracy means to you and how much freedom means to you. And it's not just about the economy. Everyone keeps thinking about the money. If he took power, he's going to crash the economy and nothing's going to be the same. And there's that. But there's a bigger issue here. There are people who will starve just to be free. There are people who would do that. Honestly, I think I'm one of those people. So that leads me to my next announcement. I'm not really sure how this channel is going to proceed. I asked Spirit that first day when I did that soul writing session after the shock of it. And I finished my soul writing session by saying, Spirit, what is it that you want me to do? What is my role in all this? Because frankly, at that moment, I couldn't see my way forward. Like I couldn't see my life anymore. I was having an existential crisis. Like none of it made sense to me. None of it. So I screamed at Spirit, like really screamed. What is my role? What is this about? What am I supposed to be doing? And they showed me this card, the poet, the speaker, the writer, all the things that I'm doing now. And they said, you need to use your tongue. You need to speak. And then they showed me the gift card. You have a gift of speaking the truth. There's something here with the way I can speak, the way I can deliver messages. There are some gifts here. What is that message? They showed me the unicorn. Now, my first reaction was, okay, that's like fantasy. I'm going to use my gifts to create more fantasy, right? Not living in reality. But if you look at the DOC, and I read it, I went on the website and I was like, what does the DOC say the unicorn is related to? And it was also related to belief and miracles. Could it be that I'm supposed to be using my gifts, they said, to keep speaking the truth and help people to keep believing in miracles? To me, that said I'm supposed to still be on YouTube. But I have free will too. And I'm not 100% sure this will be the best place for me if worst case scenario came. By the way, I got rid of my Facebook page, and I have decided that social media, like each week, there's going to be some things that disappear. I'm getting off Instagram. I'm getting off Threads. I'm going to actually be, hopefully by Christmas, I got to take care of a few things, but I'm going to be off Facebook permanently at some point, even my personal account. I feel like I need to speak truth till the end. Right now, I have the power of freedom of speech and freedom of religion. So I will continue doing videos. They're not going to be funny videos anymore. So all of you who hated all of my music and all of my little blurbs and all my weird humor, guess what? You get your wish. We're just going to do serious videos. If you don't like my videos or whatever, just don't watch them. And then if he's inaugurated, I am going to do a reevaluation of whether I want to continue doing this or not, whether it will be safe for my extended family, where I sit. Is there another way I could go underground? I honestly, I can't even, everybody, I can't even put myself in that mind space right now. I'm assuming this is my denial, but I can't even prepare myself for worst case scenario because in my mind, I just don't see it. And again, this could be completely my delusion, my way of protecting myself because of past life issues that I've had with this kind of energy. But we'll wait until I actually see him with his hand on the art of the deal. I don't know, because I can't imagine he's going to put his hand on the Bible this time. We'll see. Maybe the evangelicals will make him. In the meantime, I'm going to hold fast to my vision and the soul writing session because I think there is something brewing. I think there is something cooking. So we'll keep reading on it. I'll just keep reading on it, and I might just leave it to you. This is how it came out, really raw soul writing, not interpreted by me. And maybe you can just interpret it, and you can compare that to the things that you're getting. Maybe we're all getting a piece of the puzzle, and hopefully we can put it all together. So hang in there, everybody. I know we're supposed to take care of ourselves and so forth, but I'm not going to leave you with those final words. Do what you have to do. If you have to worry, worry. If you have to scream, scream. All I know is that some of us will keep fighting, and I'm one of those people. And since I'm old, this is the way I'm going to fight. Speaking, using my gifts to speak the truth. That is my video today. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Like, subscribe, share this video if you choose, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.